What is up, everyone? MunchingOrange here, and welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. We're here on Route 15, which we took on in the last episode, as well as Route 14, 13, and maybe even 12, the longest route in Pokemon history here in Kanto, which is actually 3 routes, as I just said. But I also had possibly the longest rant in history, talking about, well, basically what I've been up to the last couple of years with my inconsistencies and things on YouTube. But it's a new year now, same old Munch. We are now in 2019 and still somehow taking on this game. And we're actually making our way right now to an item I saw over there. But what? Do you play with Pokemon? Of course, but I'm more surprised that there's actually a trainer here we haven't taken on, as Picnicker Yasmin is possibly the final trainer in all of Kanto that we still haven't fought. Actually, that's a lie, because there's a lot of routes that we still haven't explored, but she's got a Tangela, and we've got our little old Darwin here at level 48, and I will be doing a full recap of exactly what happened last episode, since there was a lot of evolutions, experience gained, and Pokemon caught, and there's actually a couple of Pokemon in this route that I didn't get to show off in the last episode as well, so we'll definitely be showing that off in a little bit, but first, we gotta take down some Tangelas, and apparently also a Seeking, which is a Pokemon I've been seeking myself. I'm not really sure where to get it here in Kanto, but we do definitely now have the ability to surf, we've got the ability to fly, and we've got strength, or the replacement of it in this game, so basically every single HM, or secret technique I think is what they're called now, we've got them now, so we can definitely explore the entire Kanto region, and that is definitely what we're gonna be doing. But we're going to start off by exploring this item over here, which I'm always a little bit off picking up. But what? It is actually TM47 for Surf. I had no idea that you could actually find a TM for Surf, but I was just talking about the fact that we can surf in the game. And now that we got that, I believe it is time for a bit of a recap. So take it away, Munch from the past. There is one last Pokemon that I want to find here on this route. So I think I'm going to use a lure. I believe that ups the chances of rare Pokemon spawning, and we're just gonna sit right here and wait till something pops up, as literally Chansey comes up there. Okay, now that's not exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm sure you guys can put 1 and 1 together, maybe take a guess as to what Pokemon it's gonna be, but dang, big ol' Kingler is gonna give us another chance here. Okay, let's see if second time is the charm for catching this big ol' clawed boy. And okay, at least we hit the Ultra Ball. Not my best throw, I gotta admit, but, you know, we hit it, and oh man, I was really hoping it would be a first try catch there. Okay, this one's gonna be it right here. Bam! The excellent Kingler! Obey my commands! Stay in the ball! Yes! I can't believe that worked. I really thought I was gonna jinx it again, like I usually do, but confidence is the key, my friends, and there we go. Frank is gonna gain a level off of that. Wait, level 38. Yes, that is it! Frank is gonna be evolving already! Okay! I didn't think it'd be happening so soon, but our little Alolan Grimer is all grown up and flourishing into a majestic Alolan Muck. Just look at that drip, look at that color, and we're gonna add him to the Pokedex. The Alolan form, of course, Muck's coloration becomes increasingly vivid the more it feasts on its favorite dish. Trash. Literally trash. Which is basically what I am as well, so it's super fitting there. We also got Kingler, I forgot, but one claw grew massively and is hard as steel. It has 10,000 horsepower, however it is too heavy. What does that even mean? How is it too heavy? He seems just fine, and I'm not even going to talk about how one claw grows more than the other. You guys can figure that one out yourselves. And let's bring Frank out of the Pokeball. This is the first time we're going to see Alolan Muck, and look at that monster. Oh my gosh. Hey, that's not trash, man. Watch out. He's trying to eat your boots or something. Now, it turns out the other Pokemon I was looking for is actually not on that route, but over here instead. And hopefully he can pop up, well, in relatively quick timing, because it is kind of a rare Pokemon. So it might actually help to have a lure up right here. I think I've actually got one going, and whoa! No way he actually just popped up that quick. We got your boy, Hala the Tauros. That's a bit close, or too close for comfort there, man. I am a bit scared of getting run over by a bull. I have no idea how people do that. Like, isn't there a race in Spain, the famous bull race, where people literally get charged at by toros in real life? Like, I have no idea what's going through your head to get yourself in that situation where you're like, yeah, I want to do the bull race, but at least I would never have the balls to do something like that. But we definitely got the balls to catch this Tauros. So he's now going to be added to the Pokedex, not before gaining a couple of levels on Meowth, who's actually the newest addition to the I Need to Evolve Pokemon list. And here is Big Ol' Hala, the wild bull Pokemon. It's a rowdy one with a lot of stamina. Once running, it won't stop until it hits something. See what I mean? Don't mess with Tauros, man. It is not going to end well. And now with Tauros caught, that basically wraps up every single thing that there is to do in these couple of routes here. So I think it's finally time we move on. But I did want to do a bit of a recap of all the levels that we gained. So Frank is now at level 40 with Darwin and Cinder leading the way at 48. Ninetales pretty close behind at 47. And of course Dasani at 41. I'm just waiting until level 45 when we can learn that Hydro Pump. And then I'll definitely go for that Water Stone. But first of all, hey, it's been a while since we actually played with Darwin. Seems pretty happy about it, but we're actually not going to be playing right now. We're just going to be using our magical secret powers of flying, and we're going to make our way all the way back to... Well, we actually can't go to Saffron City yet, but that's what we're going to be taking on in today's episode. So we're going to get as close as we can to the neighboring city of Celadon. And there's actually a couple of things that we can do there as well. So Eevee, it's time to fly, my friend. That still looks so dangerous. Like, I do not trust the secret technique. And actually, this is the city where we got that contraption from this very man here. Are you enjoying Skydash? What kind of machine shall I make next? Ooh. Don't tell me about it, man. I am not interested. But you may notice there's actually this old man over here behind a pond of water that we could never reach before. But now that we've been to Fuchsia City and got the surfboard, we can do that. Which looks really weird because it's the tiniest pool ever. I don't know why you'd go surfing in there. But hello! I've been watching you walk past me this whole time. And I was hoping you'd come to visit me someday. I was really lonely. Why did I make a pond right in front of my house? I am wondering the same thing, bro. Is this medieval times? Do you need moats? Just going for a walk is troublesome. I was so short-sighted when I was young. I was so stupid. I mean, you didn't even put a door in your house. So how do you get in there? I was such an idiot. Oh, man. Okay, don't be so hard on yourself, dude. Like, you can turn this around. Phew, sorry for my toxic venting, but I feel better now. So I'll give you a TM. Oh, I thought it was actually going to be toxic since he said toxic venting, but that actually reminds me of the last episode, the whole episode. I was basically venting the entire time, but I definitely do feel better about it, getting all that stuff off of my chest and just kind of filling you guys in on, well, you know, my life and what's been going on and why, at least I think, you know, I haven't been as consistent putting out videos and everything. We're heading off to Saffron City, the big city. Even though I don't think it's actually bigger than Celadon, they claim that it's the biggest city in Kanto, but I'm pretty sure there's more people and buildings in Celadon. And oh, it's a cute little Eevee. I don't know why I'm even shocked at this point. I mean, we've seen plenty of Eevees, but it is finally time, guys, to head into Saffron. And oh dear, I think I gave that poor guard too many pewter crunchies to eat. They're rather dry if you don't have any tea or anything to wash them down. Well, what a coincidence that we actually do have that tea that you have. It looks awfully tasty. Can I have a drink? Gee, thanks. Okay. You just go ahead and take it then. If you really want to go to Saffron, glug, I guess I can let you pass, glug, glug, glug. I'll share this tea with the guards working the other gates around the city too. Wow, how convenient. And now, of course, we can head inside and check out the marvelous, magnificent Saffron City. I mean, it's definitely got the most luxurious look to it. The buildings are big, you know, there's a lot of people, but I think technically Celadon has more NPCs, so it kind of is a bigger city. I don't know. This is the big city, though. This was the first big city in any Pokemon game, and it is, of course, the place where we can take on the next gym. But as you can see, there's also a couple of Team Rocket grunts, so I don't think we're quite going to be able to take on the gym just yet. So let's start off by checking out some of the houses here in the Land of Commerce. My daughter likes to mimic people. It's rather vexing. In fact, people now call her the copycat because of her mimicry. Oh, I think I remember this actually. Is this the girl with like all the Clefairies and stuff in her room? Well, let's actually just find out as we head upstairs. Her mom didn't really have much info for us, but yep, I'm already seeing a bunch of Clefairies and also a Doduo. Gee! Pretty mirror, look at me, see how pretty I can be. I don't know what the heck that means, but there's a game in which a lot of cube-shaped Pokemon appear. Oh, she playing some Pokemon Quest, we know it. Hi, do you like Pokemon? No, I just asked you. Huh? You're strange. Quit mimicking, but that's my favorite hobby. Oh, so this is actually us talking. Since she mimics everything you say, she was technically saying what our character was saying, which is pretty cool because Pokemon protagonists are usually pretty silent, but I really thought this girl was actually going to give us something. But maybe we've actually got to have a Clefairy with us? I feel like that's a thing, so let me just make sure real quick. Ooh, you have a Clefairy with ya. Do you want to show it to Copycat? Yes. Whatever that means. Wow, a real-life Clefairy? I've never seen one before. Thank you so much. You know what? I'll give you a TM that lets your Pokemon create a copy of itself. What? Substitute? Okay, I didn't even know that was a TM either in this game, but that's actually a pretty good one to have. It lets your Pokemon create a decoy of itself by spending HP. Yep, just like she said there, I think actually half of your HP, if I remember correctly, and you'll drop a little decoy that the enemy can then hit, you know, and I mean, you guys know how Substitute works, right? Been playing this game for quite some time now, and Substitute has been around, I'm pretty sure, since the very beginning, but over here we've got a very legit looking gym, if I do say so myself, the Fighting Dojo, and I actually love the look of it in this game because it looks wooden and broken down basically compared to the real gym, which is of course right next to it, but right now Team Rocket's not really letting us have it, but there's Gym Leader Sabrina, the master of psychic Pokemon, and we will be taking her on eventually, but for now, Team Rocket, we've been cracking down on him, but they keep coming. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Looks like this is a job for a child, of course. When the police can't handle things, you gotta have a 10-year-old Pokemon trainer handle it for them, you know? That's apparently how things work in the Pokemon world. I swear, all major crimes are solved by like 10-year-olds in this, well, yeah, world. Boss said he'll take this town in the name of Team Rocket. Is that so? Gonna call it Rocket City? Ooh, here's the trainer fan club, which is, I guess, different from the Pokemon fan club. Back in Vermilion City, right? Ooh, what's up with you? I really admire Bruno of the Elite Four. He's a fighting type expert and super buff too. Well, you keep admiring that, bro. I thought she was gonna say something, or he, about like all the golden pots, but I don't know why I'm always so interested in golden things in these games. Anyway, I guess this is literally the trainers fan club, like they literally are fanboying over different trainers like Lieutenant Surge, the Vermilion City gym leader. What? You have his autograph? Oh wow, I'm super jealous. Wait, so she's just gonna point out the fact that we have it, but not actually do anything with it? I wonder if the autograph actually does anything then, or if it's really just a random key item that they decided to give us for lulz in this game. Cause yeah, I really thought we were gonna trade it to that girl for like a TM or something, but my life as a criminal makes me feel so alive. That's great, dude. I'm glad you got something like that. Whoa, excuse me. Just let us through already. No way. Only authorized members are allowed. I was told to not let anyone else in. How can you say that when we're on the same side? Are you though? You guys don't even have matching uniforms. How rude. You deny a beautiful girl what she wants? Move it already. What? Jesse, come on. Hey, Jesse, wait for me. Meowth, that's right. This man was left starstruck once again. I can't believe it. I mean, I'd be starstruck too if I ran into the real Team Rocket, you know? Looks like he blacked out. Literally, that's what would happen to me if I met Jesse and James in real life. Check out the latest from Sylph. It's the product everyone wants. Release date not yet decided. What does that mean? Maybe the Sylph Scope, or perhaps some other things that Sylph is working on. With Sylph Co. under our control, we can sell Pokemon for profit all around the world. We'll get stinking rich, yeehaw! So Pokemon are not normally for sale. How the heck is Sylph Co. gonna completely change how the entire world runs? I don't actually know Team Rocket's plan. It doesn't seem to make the most sense, but you know what? We'll figure out more about it next time. As for now, wait! Don't say a word. You wanted this. Huh? So that's it, you just somehow knew that I wanted it. Well, that's definitely true, Mr. Psychic. You already know, don't you? It's an attack that may also lower the target's special defense. Oh, apparently he is a Psychic and gives you the TM. That should be pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, we definitely got ourselves one of the strongest TMs in the game now, Psychic, or at least back in the original Gen 1 games. It was very powerful, but we could use it to take on the fighting dojo that's actually here. I'm not exactly sure how strong the trainers are, but I feel like we can at least try it out, right? I mean, there's not much else to do in Saffron right now aside from heading into Silph's. So let's just check this place out. Fighting dojo. And yes, we've got, actually a coach trainer in here as well. Let's just make sure that our team is ready to take this place on. I'm going to actually put Dasani up first because, well, it's got the Psychic. I was going to say she because I feel like when I think of Staryu, I usually associate it female, but it's a genderless Pokemon, so I'm not going to go too much into details. But hey, I'm a coach trainer. I'm on loan to the Fighting Dojo. I'm a pretty strong trainer. Want to battle? Yes, sir. Let's have a serious battle. Hiya! And hopefully this will help us gauge how difficult the trainers here in the dojo are going to be, as Leona is going to start off the battle with a Machoke. Hey, where's Diana at? Goddess of the Moon. You know, we got Leona here, Goddess of the Sun. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Anyway, we do have Psychic on Dasani. The only issue is Staryu, I think, is only pure water type right now, so we don't get stabbed from it. But it still does a heck of a lot of damage, as you saw there, destroying the Machoke. And we actually are already going to gain a level, which is awesome. This actually reminds me that we still have the Clefairy on our team, so yeah, little Clefairy's probably going to be gaining a couple of levels here. Or just one. But next up is an Electabuzz, and thankfully Cinder does still have that dig attack. We still haven't quite found the Earthquake TM, or have any Pokemon that have learned Earthquake, or any other ground type moves, I think, for that matter, so dig is gonna have to cut it for now. I mean, usually Earthquake is saved until like really late in the game, because it's also one of the most powerful attacks you can get. So I'm not expecting it anytime soon, but I would just wish that we had it, you know. Anyway, dig is good enough for now, and Electabuzz is going to get destroyed in one hit. I don't think we've actually run into any Electabuzzes yet, like in battles or anything either, because I know you can only find them in like the power plant, I believe, but I don't think we've even seen a trainer with one until now. No minimize for you though, Clefairy, and that is going to be it for Leona. Guess the sun wasn't shining too bright today. That was a great match. I want you to have this. Ooh. Okay. That is not what I was expecting. Again, that's like the 4th TM that surprised me in this episode, but we get Thunder Punch now. Smash your opponents with a fist wreathed in electricity. And I believe actually our very own Cinder can learn that, so might just do that eventually, but for now, whoa. How did this man see us from all the way over there? I really thought it was going to be this dude here on the left, but nope, he just trespassed all the way across the screen, and well, now we get to take him on, I guess. Hopefully Dasani can actually get the levels that I want from taking down all these guys, as we've got the first Karate Man with a Primeape here. I completely forgot what the trainer type is actually called, or what is it called, the trainer class? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I did want to talk about, or a little bit about New Year's and my experience and all that, since as you guys know, it's a new year now. We're in 2019, and 2018 was not exactly my hottest year so far. Not even just on YouTube, but just in life in general, which I definitely ranted a lot about in the previous episode. So if you didn't watch that one, I mean, it was like an hour long, so you know, I don't blame you for it or anything if you didn't check it out. Plus, I have been a little inconsistent again, just like I promised I wouldn't. But oh my gosh. That actually kind of scared me. I have fear of nothing. I shatter boulders for training every day. Well, I eat rocks for breakfast. Doesn't mean I'm still not scared of stuff, you know? Black belt Aaron out here thinks he's all tough just because he beats up rocks. Like, come on, dude. That's not all life is about. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. But for New Year's, I actually managed to spend it with some friends. Well, actually, I guess I could fill you guys in on the whole holiday extravaganza, because this is the time of year when you know, a lot of things happen in a row. So there was, of course, Christmas. My birthday was before that on December 21st. And then right after that was the New Year celebration. So before I forget, though, let me go ahead and put Meowth back in the party. Since he was about to evolve, you know, I do want to get me a Persian. So yeah, I think for my birthday, which was the first event, I don't know if I actually did anything crazy. I feel like I just spent it at home playing, you know, my favorite video games, mostly League of Legends, which is actually a huge issue. I've started to realize most of my time that I waste just ends up going to that, and I'm trying to cut back on it because it is a legit addiction. I mean, most online video games can be addicting, but I've never been like this hooked onto a game like in a while. And actually, League of Legends is probably the only game that I've ever been this hooked on. Like ever since like years ago when the game came out, I've been playing it since like season 2. And I don't know why lately I just got super hooked back into it. That's probably where most of my time has gone to, but on Christmas Day I actually took a break off of it and decided to go out and had a pretty wild adventure. Actually, I didn't really have plans or anything, and I believe it was my first Christmas alone since my friends don't really celebrate, so I decided to go walk around downtown Chicago and play a little Pokemon Go. And as I was at the park, I actually ran into a homeless man named Big Mo, and I felt bad at first because I actually didn't have any cash on me, and it was Christmas Day, of course, so I wanted to at least give him something. So I offered to go to the convenience store so he could stock up on anything we needed, and we actually grabbed a couple of cold ones as well. You know, I'm an adult now, I can enjoy adult things, so me and Big Mo shared a cranberry Sprite and sat at the park for hours, people watching and sharing stories about past Christmases and about his life, which is actually really interesting, and I hope I can run into Big Mo again, because honestly, it was not anything what I expected Christmas to go like, but I actually really enjoyed it. Anyway, we got, well, all 4 of the black belts are down now, which only leaves their master here. Grunt. I am the karate master. I am the leader here. You wish to challenge us? Expect no mercy. But I'm already Mercy. You can't pick the same Mercy that I've picked.
I'm not gonna be Mercy. Should've picked Winston.
Is it too late to make jokes about that song? Because I actually kind of like that song, no joke. But, this dude here has got big old Poliwrath, and this might actually turn out pretty good for Dasani since Poliwrath is a half water type. If it tries to go for any water moves, you know, it won't really do much, but it is also half fighting type, so Psychic can definitely hurt it. Here comes the submission though, which I'm not really sure what that does, but thankfully it doesn't take us down, and it even does recoil to him as well. So hey, thanks for making this battle easy for us, buddy. I'm gonna hit you with one more Psychic, and that is it. I've also just realized that these guys are not exactly the highest of levels, so maybe all of our training in the last episode actually made us a bit OP. I mean, I'm not going to say that just yet, because once we get to Sabrina, we'll see how OP we actually are. But indeed, I have lost. But I beseech you, do not take our emblem as a trophy. In return, I will give you a prized fighting-type Pokemon. Whoa! Yo, that's so sick how they actually come out of the Pokeball. We got Kick and Knuckle. Choose whichever one you like. Oh man, this is a really tough decision. So we got, of course, Hitmonlee, the Kickin' legend, but we've also got the Punchy Brunchy Hitmonchan here. And we did just get Thunder Punch, so I almost feel inclined to get Hitmonchan, but I've always been kind of a bigger fan of Hitmonlee, to be honest, so I think I'm gonna go for him. You want the hard kicking Hitmonlee? Yes, sirree. And there we go. Of course, you only get one of these two, so the other one you'll have to trade over from the opposite version, which I will do in Let's Go Pika. I'll go ahead and pick Hitmonchan. When kicking, the sole of its foot turns as hard as a diamond on impact and destroys its enemies. Holy moly. Yeah. Do not want to find yourself between Hitmonlee's legs and your face. That's just a recipe for disaster right there, but you can only choose one. Oh man. I think there might actually be a way to get wild Hitmonlee and Chan later in this game. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they added an area in the post game or late into the game where you can actually find a lot of the Pokemon that are gift, like Snorlax and stuff too. So yeah, I guess it's not our last chance to get Hitmonchan, or it doesn't have to necessarily be traded, but I guess that about does it for Saffron City, actually. I didn't think we'd finish exploring this place that quickly, but I guess there is something I kind of had planned to do aside from just checking out all the buildings in here. Of course, the main attraction is going to be the Sylph Co, where we can take down Team Rocket and probably move along with the story. But you know me and moving on with the story. Wait a second, what? How have I not fought this guy either? School is fun, but so are Pokemon. There's just so many random trainers that I guess I've left unbattled. And we've got Super Nerd Leslie this time with Magnemite. Well, that wasn't exactly too difficult, I gotta say. There's no way I didn't battle the other people here, yeah. I don't know how I skipped over Leslie, excuse me again, but I actually just realized we've kind of already spoiled Frank's evolution, so now I think it's time for him to get out here and be outside the party, as well as lead off the party, because look at that dude! I love seeing a Alolan Muck outside the Pokeball. He just looks like he's lagging behind, like he can barely keep up with our running.
I just wanna be pure.
You might be wondering where the heck I'm going right now. It's not actually to Lavender Town, even though we're here now, but the real goal where I want to make it to is Route 12 here, because I believe there was a couple of items and maybe even Pokemon that we can get here that we couldn't get before because, of course, we couldn't surf, but now we can. So let's do it, and okay, never mind. I thought this would somehow connect to the area down here, but nope. Okay, now this time for real, let's explore this route, and I believe I've already taken on all of the trainers here. Of course, if you keep heading south, it'll lead us back over to the route we explored last episode, and eventually to Fuchsia City, but what I really wanted to get was actually this item here on the little island, and it is going to be TM for X Scissor. Oh my gosh, is this the TM hunt episode? Because we've gotten like 5 or 6 already just in the last couple minutes, or however long this episode has been. But there's also a couple of water Pokemon, and hey, there's the first one spotted that I want to get here. So, Horsey, how you doing, little buddy? This is actually one of the only routes I believe you can find Horsey, and it's also making me realize that I don't have too many Pokeballs left, so let's go for a Great Ball here on this one. It's a yellow circle, but it should be good. I meant to say Ultra Balls, by the way. I don't have any Ultra Balls left, but there we go. First try, no problem, and we got ourselves a Horsey. There's a lot more water Pokemon in this game, of course, that we still have quite not, seen in the wild, like Goldeen, Seaking, and oh boy, Meowth is actually going to be evolving off of this. I think I said level 28, and it turns out I was right, we only needed 1. So now into the sky you go, and become a majestic feline friend. It's Persian, of course. I don't know where I was going with that, but this is actually going to be the first Persian, at least here in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. The gem in its forehead glows on its own. It walks with all the grace and elegance of a proud queen. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I never really knew much about Persian. It's never been a Pokemon I really like to use in playthroughs or anything. I mean, basically the only thing I know about Persian is that Giovanni has one and he likes to pet him on the head, but Horsey as well is going to be added. The dragon Pokemon? What? Why would they call it that? If it senses any danger, it will vigorously spray water or a special type of ink from its mouth, also known as a smokescreen. Well, not literally, but I guess that's how the smokescreen move works. It's usually sprayed out of the mouth somehow. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't think there's really much else on this route right now, so I'm going to just surf around for a little bit longer, because I believe you can also find the evolution of Horsey here, Seadra, and I kind of want to catch one, since we're here already. Maybe this is the correct time to actually use a lure. I mean, I'm always really bad with lures, but I know they raise the chances of Pokemon appearing. The issue is they're like repel, so if you walk around, the lure will run out. So ideally, you just want to use it and kind of stand still, but as you can see, not very many Pokemon are popping up. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. There's actually a Tentacool right there, and I believe I saw a Horsey up there. Yep, there's another Horsey. Oh, a lot of Horseys actually, but Tentacool I believe is one that we haven't caught yet. And you all know me, I'm trying to complete this Pokedex, so let's go for it. Get the Great Ball there on the first try, and hopefully it also catches. Oh man, spoke too soon. Has anyone ever noticed that Tentacool's head literally looks like a Great Ball? Like, look at it, it's the exact same color scheme. Got the blue and then the 2 like red on the side. The only thing that would make it more perfect is if the button on the middle of the Great Ball was also red. Then it would literally be based off of Tentacool, but there you go. All that means is it is perfect fit and Tentacool is caught. Just noticed that we still have Persian on the team, by the way, but I'm not really sure if there's any other Pokemon that I want to train right now. So Tentacool will be added to the dex. It can sometimes be found all dry and shriveled up on the beach. Toss it back into the sea to revive it. Interesting. The more you know. I don't know if that's a thing with like real jellyfish, but I have heard or watched like a documentary before on a thing called the immortal jellyfish, which basically lives forever. I think it's the vampire jellyfish actually, but holy crap, look at all these water Pokemon. I do not need any Magikarps in my life right now though, so let's just kind of keep waiting and see what happens. I'm going to try to avoid some of them as well, but I know that you can find Seadra in here. Right now it's just Horsies, but eventually it has to pop up, right? Ooh, there he is actually. Wow, that is a lot bigger than I expected, but Seadra has appeared. And hopefully we can catch this one as well. Actually, I guess we can go for a berry. Since I don't have too many Ultra Balls left, you know. We gotta at least make it a little bit easier to catch. And there we go. Pretty bad throw, but you know what? I ain't complaining. As long as we get it, that is. No! Okay, now I'm gonna complain. And maybe I can actually finish up my story as well, because I realized I told my Christmas story, but I never really said what I did for New Year's. And for New Year, well, I did pretty much what is expected. My friends actually came over and we went out to try and go see the fireworks. Of course, here in Chicago, they do a show on Navy Pier, which I think is pretty popular or famous. I don't know, maybe some of you that aren't from Chicago have heard of it, but those of you that are from here definitely know Navy Pier. And they do a fireworks show every year. And we tried to get there, but it was actually so packed that the Uber we took literally dropped us off in the middle of the highway. And I know it sounds super risky, and I guess it actually was in hindsight, but there were tons of other people also stopped with their cars on the side of the road with music blasted, honking their horns, screaming, taking pictures. It was honestly kind of chaotic, but I loved it at the same time. I don't know why, I just actually love being in crowded places with craziness all around. But hey, looks like we caught the Seadra here. I know it sounds weird, but I mean like raves and stuff like that where there's giant crowds and people jumping and screaming, or maybe like a big sports game, you know. I actually feel oddly comfortable in giant crowds like this. Anyway, we got the Seadra finally. Touching the back fin causes numbness. It hooks its tail to coral to stray in place while sleeping, which is something I think real seahorses do as well. At least I've seen them at the aquarium. They like latch their little tails around stems or like seaweed and stuff like that. I don't know if it's to sleep necessarily, but probably so that the ocean currents don't like drag them away. It would make sense. Anyway, that is about everything that we can actually find in this route. And I do love how the water Pokemon stay spawned even though we're on land now, but so I'm trying to think of any other areas that we can possibly use surf, and the only thing that came to mind was actually this right here, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't really lead us to anything. I mean, you can literally see it is just a little blocked off pool, but there is a cut tree over here and a peculiar lad that I don't think we've actually ever talked to. So Charizard, hopefully you can fit through here, and I must have dozed off in the sun. I had this weird dream. A lost spirit became a flame and was floating around. Huh? Seems I picked up this TM without realizing it. Whoa. I only just realized that like our game screen got all messed up. Eek, that's creepy. I'd better give it to you. Hey, we get yet another TM that well, maybe I was expecting this one actually. It's Will-O-Wisp. Oh, that's it? Boo! Okay then. On that note, I think we're going to end the episode off, as that was the final TM on our hunt. And in the next episode, we're going to be taking on the Silphco, of course, taking back Saffron City from Team Rocket. So I hope you guys are excited. So stay tuned, and I will see you all then.